Everyone, welcome back. Today, kind of in the lines of what I was doing yesterday, is I'm getting part numbers. I've got it wrote down somewhere, but I'm getting part numbers for the filters, etc., etc., to service these tractors. People ask me all the time. They ask. It's funny because people will ask about the New Holland and the John Deere tractor. And they ask me, which one do I like better? Which one's a better tractor? I get that a lot. People ask me a lot about the New Holland. Apparently, this particular early series of New Hollands, when it went away from the Ford to the New Holland tractors, apparently they had some quality control issues. This tractor is a 2003. It's a TN70D. And it's got almost 3,000 hours on it now. It had 1,900 hours on it when I bought it. And it has given me excellent service. Now, it may blow up tomorrow, but the tractor has given me excellent service. It don't use any oil. It doesn't leak anything. It did when I got it. There's a few minor things that needs to be done. It was a used tractor, and sometimes with used tractors, it's not necessarily the tractor, it's just the people that had it before you that has done more damage than anything. But people ask me all the time about this tractor. I like this tractor. It does a good job. Which one do I like better? It depends on what I'm doing. For some things, I like the New Holland better. Like the cab in a hayfield. For other things, such as planting, some other stuff, pulling planter, I like John Deere. I like this tractor. I like it a lot. And I'm not brand loyal. If you watch the channel, you'll see that I'm not brand loyal. I have the John Deere. I bought this tractor new. It's got approximately 2,500 hours on it. It's a 5205. It's a 2005 year model. I have those 2,500 hours and 15 years that I've had this tractor. These are the original tires and everything on it. I have replaced both, and it's dark in here, I don't know whether you can see it or not. I've replaced both steering lines and a temperature sensor. And that is all that's been done to that tractor, other than being serviced and ran. And that tractor has done, it's done work that was really outside of its capabilities. I've worked it hard in short term, or in simple terms. The power, this tractor is rated 56 flywheel horsepower, 50 PTO. That out there is rated 70 flywheel, 61 PTO. This tractor is strong for what it is. It's not as strong as that New Holland, but this little tractor is it's a it's a little powerhouse for what it is. And I've said it before in other videos. Actually done a video comparing the two, and I'm kind of doing it again. But if you're a small farmer, gardener, or whatever, if you find one of these tractors, I love this little tractor for what it is. It's been a super good tractor. Hope it continues to be. But I'm not brand loyal. Way I've always approached it, I buy what I like and what does me good work, service. For the most part, these manufacturers are not loyal to me. I mean, they like to sell me their product, but other than that, the loyalty kind of ends, and that's kind of the way I approach it. I'll buy their product if it's what I'm looking for. But, I'm not brand loyal. I have two Dodge 3500 trucks. One of them is a work truck. One I just recently bought. It's 2018 model. The biggest reason I have two Dodge, I like their motor. I like that Cummins power plant, and I like a straight drive manual shift transmission. And I bought the old one because of the motor and the transmission, because basically I had to go back to a 7.3 Ford to get a motor transmission combination that I liked, which I had a couple of them, and I like those trucks. But 7.3 is a good engine, but they don't have the power of that Cummins. And I bought that last one because pretty much that was the last of the it was the last of the models that would have a manual transmission. But you know, the next one, now that they're all automatics, maybe a Ford. I've had several Ford trucks that I really liked. I'm not brand loyal, but if I get done with a brand, I'm done with it. If I have a bad experience, usually I won't go back with that brand. Notice I said it'll be a Dodge or a Ford. I'll let you guys read between the lines. But like I said, we're getting ready to service. Probably the first thing we're going to do in the next video or two is pull those plows out, see what they need, and then we're going to start on the tractors. And we'll probably start with the New Holland, because it's getting used a little bit right now, feeding and stuff. And if I start plowing in this cold weather, I'll be in the cab tractor, and then we'll get that one. And then basically I'm going to tear this disc into a million pieces and put it back together. I'm going to take it completely apart and put it back together. So we'll get some videos of that. We're going to try it a little harder to get videos of me actually doing stuff instead of talking about doing it. But it's one of the big things I got to do to this. If you look down here, you'll see how these are rolled back. And part of that is due to these bolts get loose and bent. You can see there's a gap here. There's a gap here which allows that to roll back. And you try to tighten them up, they won't tighten. So we're going to cut these bolts off and put all new bolts in it, and try to get the disc squared back up a little bit, so it'll cut a little better. I broke one of them back in the fall. That right there, you can see I replaced it. So we're going to try to get all those things done. And whatever. Corn sheller, super good corn sheller. I got to get it in the dry. I may actually sell that corn sheller. It's a PTO. I forget the name of it, but it's really good shape. Needs a couple belts on it, and it'd be ready to go. We may sell the corn sheller at some point. I don't know. But other than that, that's kind of what we're doing. But kind of along the brand things. One difference I will say about the two tractors, one brand I will say that I have found as far as parts availability, it's hard to beat John Deere for parts availability. They're not cheap. Some of the New Holland parts, that tractor is 2 years, that tractor's 2 years older than that one, and some of the parts on that tractor is obsolete. You can't get them. That one, you can get every part on it, as far as I know. But so, you know, that's another thing. It's another thing. When I buy farm equipment, goodness gracious, like his Tough Line disc, you know, that's a company that's been around for a long time. I try to avoid some of the brands of equipment that are lesser known, smaller, foreign made. You know, I bought the Samese drum mower, which I've not had to buy any parts for it now, but you know, it may be hard to get parts for it if something happens to it. That's why I try to avoid them, parts availability. Sooner or later, you're gonna need parts, and you know, if you spend $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000 on a piece of equipment, run it 5 or 6 years, break apart, and you can't get that part, which I run into once on a mowing machine, you got a $5,000 piece of scrap, and it may not be some major part that you need. you know, you can go to the machine shop a lot of times to have things made. Sometimes you can't, you know, if it's a cast piece or something like that. But anyhow, that's a little spill on the farm equipment. We're hopefully next evening or so we'll start tearing that disc apart and working on it. I got to get it hooked up, which we may do later, and see how many bearings I need for it and get them ordered. I like to have my parts on hand when I tear something apart so I can put it right back together. But anyhow, if you like what we're doing, please subscribe, hit that little notification bell. See a video you like, hit the like button. Comment, ask a question, please do so. And until next time, everybody take care of yourself. Bye.